Travel is stepping outside of what's familiar. It's a time to let go of the common sense that we've always taken for granted about the world. Today, I'll share a few travel tips, rather than just general knowledge. First, public hygiene. You shouldn't just drink tap water blindly. There aren't as many countries as you might think where you can drink tap water safely, like in Korea. In many European countries, as well as much of Southeast Asia, it's common to buy bottled water. Even at restaurants, you often have to pay for water. Drinking tap water by mistake can cause an upset stomach or gastroenteritis. Free restrooms and complimentary toilet paper are not a given either. Overseas, there are more paid restrooms than you'd expect, and you might need to bring your own toilet paper. Unlike in Korea, it can be very difficult to use a restroom without cash. Second, everyday safety. Walking around late at night is not something to take for granted. There are many countries around the world where public safety is unstable. At night, risk factors increase, and unexpected situations can easily arise. There aren't many countries like Korea where you can freely roam from late night until dawn. You should also be careful not to leave your phone or wallet unattended on the table. In Korea, people often leave their belongings at their seats when stepping away at a cafe or restaurant. However, overseas, loss or theft can happen in a split second. Walking while looking only at your phone on a busy street is also dangerous. In some areas, there are pickpocketing crimes carried out using motorcycles. So when you use your phone, it's best to keep your distance from the road. Third, traffic culture. Ensuring safety at pedestrian crossings is not something you can take for granted. Not only are there vehicles that ignore the signals, but there are also driving cultures that disregard them entirely. In some countries, the flow of traffic takes priority over the signals. Instead of relying only on the lights to cross, you need the habit of checking your surroundings yourself. Buses or trains might not arrive on time. They may even depart earlier than scheduled. The location of the stop can also change without prior notice. The same is true for countries we consider to be developed nations. If you plan your travel schedule exactly to fit the transport timetable, many variables can pop up. Fourth, communication environment. Your phone's data speed may be slow, or the connection could be unstable, not only in some areas of Southeast Asia, but also in Europe. Once you leave the city and move into the outskirts, data becomes hard to use. Without data, it's difficult to use Google Maps. Even when you just want to figure out your direction, you'll experience moments when everything feels completely at a standstill. Also, many places still do not accept card payments. There are still many places around the world that rely heavily on cash. Because their payment systems aren't as stable, they lack the environment like Korea, where most things are handled with cards or convenient digital payments. Redefining common sense. In the end, maybe travel isn't about seeing new scenery, but a process of gradually realizing that the common sense I took for granted was actually a very special privilege. But that wouldn't be an unpleasant experience. Rather, it's a pleasant one that awakens your rigid mindset and lets you enjoy small surprises along the way. That's all for today's travel tips. I'm rooting for your journey. If this was helpful, please subscribe and hit like. Thank you.
Find my own vibe.